Oh, Tekashi. Oh, Tekashi69. All I gotta say is one thing. When the feds got you, they got you good. In this case, look like it's airtight. I don't think you're gonna get out of this one, Tekashi69. And I'm gonna talk about it. So let's go and get into it, shall we? Hey everybody, this is your girl, Miss Analytical, and like I said a couple of minutes ago, I was going to come back and give you another one, and this is the other one I'm going to give you right now. So yesterday, the news broke about Tekashi69 being arrested on racketeering firearm charges. Now, the charges are federal, and he's being arrested under the RICO laws. And if y'all familiar with RICO, RICO is federal, okay? And I studied RICO in college when I took criminal law. When you're arrested for RICO, which stands for Racketeer Influence and Corruption Organizations Act, they investigate you for years. It's not something that, okay, we suspect that you are running guns or drugs and you have a gang that you're running the drugs through and the guns through. It's a yearly, sometimes 2-3 years process. And they don't arrest you until they got a case that's airtight and shut. Okay? So I'm going to give y'all the story according to Rolling Stone. So the reason why I chose not to report it right away is because I wanted to get all the facts. I wanted to know how much time he was facing. So according to Rolling Stones, they did a really great article on the case. It says Tekashi69 faces 32 years to life in prison on racketeering firearm charges. After federal arrest, rapper denied bail despite offering to surrender passport and over $1 million. Tekashi69, real name Daniel Hernandez, is facing a mandatory minimum sentence of 32 years in prison, according to the prosecuting U.S. attorney at the rapper's arraignment on Monday night. The rapper was arrested on Sunday night and faces federal charges, including racketeering allegations stemming from Hernandez's involvement with the 9 Trey Bloods, as well as a previously unreported armed robbery. Hernandez faces a maximum sentence of life in prison. And with the feds, life in prison, it ain't no parole in that. That's no parole in that. Once you got life, you got life. You're stuck there for good. Hernandez is a member of a violent sect of the Bloods, said Assistant U.S. Attorney Michael Longyear at the arraignment. This defendant participated in multiple acts of violence. Hernandez's attorney, Lance Lazaro, advocated for bail for his client under the condition that Hernandez surrender his passport, pay over $1 million for bail, and be placed under house arrest. However, the judge denied bail, opting to keep Hernandez in custody and citing that the rapper may still be in danger to the community, even if those bail conditions were met. Hernandez's legal team plans to appeal that decision. 4 of Hernandez's associates, ex-manager Kafano Shadi Jordan, Fahim Crippy Walter, Genzel Ish Butler, and Jamel Mel Murder Jones were also arrested by the ATF on Sunday night and Monday morning, and are facing many of the same charges as Hernandez, as well as drug charges stemming from the sale of heroin, fentanyl, MDMA, and marijuana, prosecutors said. According to the prosecution, the charges are the result of a 5-year federal investigation. Remember, I said when they got you on RICO charges, it ain't just 1, 2, 3 months. Sometimes it's a year, sometimes it's 5 years. In this case, it was 5 years. So they've been on this dude for years before he even blew up on the internet. Okay? So Lazaro contended that Hernandez has only been affiliated with the association and, by extension, for the gang for a little over 1 year, when he met them at a concert and subsequently hired them as his manager and security detail. Hernandez publicly fired his management and the rest of his team late last week, allegedly in an Instagram video that they had been stealing from him. He subsequently gave an interview with New York radio station Power 105's The Breakfast Club on Friday to expand on the situation. The armed robbery charge, which was never prosecuted, took place in Times Square this April. Prosecutors said that the rapper's four associates robbed a rival gang at gunpoint while Hernandez waited in the vehicle and alleged he filmed the robbery. When his home was searched in September, investigators found the stolen items from that April robbery. The prosecution didn't offer further details. Hernandez also being charged with possession of an AR-15 and involvement in two additional shootings, one at Brooklyn's Barclays Center, where he was performing, and another in which he allegedly ordered the shooting of a bystander at a Brooklyn housing project. The latter comes with the conspiracy to commit murder charge. The robbery charge comes with a 7-year minimum sentence and the collective racketeering charges, which stem from the litany of alleged activities with gang members, comes with a minimum of 25 years. Okay, so 7 plus 25 is 32. So that's the robbery and the racketeering. So that's basically the minimum of the 32. And to life, he could get charged for more. Members and associates of the enterprise promoted and celebrated the criminal conduct of the enterprise, namely narcotics distribution, acts involving violence, and the use of firearms in music and on social media, prosecutors said. The purpose of the enterprise included preserving and protecting the power, territory, and profits of the enterprise through acts of involving murder and threats of violence. Following public separation from his gang-affiliated associates last week, Hernandez was taken into protective federal custody on Saturday, prior to his Sunday arrest. According to prosecutors at his arraignment, there were wiretaps involved in the federal investigation, and following Hernandez's public statements regarding his management team, they discovered credible threats against his life, as the other subjects of the investigation were planning to violate Hernandez in retaliation. Hernandez declined law enforcement's protection after authorities learned of the rapper's plan to go to a Connecticut casino Sunday. He was arrested to avoid further incident. There could have been a random shooting, Longier said. The charges against Hernandez are significant, and his arrest is in violation of the probation set last month at his sentencing hearing for his ongoing case for the use of a minor in a sexual performance. The judge in that case sentenced him to a 4-year probation, under which two of the conditions were that he not get arrested for the period of said probation and refrain from associating with any known gang members. In addition to his arrest, the prosecution claims that hours after his sentencing was concluded, Hernandez was back with his blood-affiliated team, leading to a shooting outside New York restaurant Felipe Chow between his associates and a member of the security team, The violation of his probation could also lead to 4 years in prison. Like I said, Tekashi69, they got you. You ain't gonna get out this one clean. And I don't boast in anybody going to prison. I don't think it's funny. I'll be the first one to say I don't think it's cool. But I have to be real about this. That whole probation thing stemmed from him sleeping with an underage black girl who was 13. And allegedly, he laughed that shit off and he admitted that he did it. He should have went to jail right then and there. All this could have been prevented for him. But the problem, I'm going to say, is that when you can make money for people at the moment, they don't prosecute people that are hot. If you can make money for a company, for a label, for some way or another, they're going to make sure you get probation. It's a known fact through the years. I also have to say this. Tekashi69 blew up over the internet, over the SoundCloud era. A lot of these rappers that you see now, they would not have been popular 10 years ago. Okay? Nobody would have listened to them 15 years ago. They are whack as hell. That's why the music industry is the way it is. But I got a little theory on things. I've noticed that a lot of youth that I speak to, they don't even listen to these kind of rappers. They don't listen to them. They listen to like old school rap from the 90s and the 2000s. They don't really consider this music. They consider it garbage. Some of them they will listen to, but the majority of them, most people that I speak to, especially the young people, they don't even look at Tekashi69. They look at him as a joke. Okay? I feel as though with this happening to Tekashi69, I think this is going to be the beginning of the cleansing in music, particularly in rap music, R&B. All these people that got put on through social media who didn't have any talent, I think that's going to be done. I really do. I think this whole wave of just signing people just because you think they're hot, nobody's listening to them. I think it's going to be done. Now, as far as his case and his sentencing, there's no way you can get away with these type of charges. They got an airtight case. And Daniel Hernandez, I'm gonna call him by his real name now. Daniel Hernandez, the reason why this is happening to you is because you want to play the life of a thug. When you look at how he looked 5 years ago when this case was first started to be investigated, he looked like a little schoolboy. I mean, he has like this clean cut image, hair cut and groomed. He didn't look like he was a thug. He looked like he was going to a preparatory school to prepare himself to study engineering, or I'll even say to be a school teacher. He looked like a square, but I think that he got picked on in his community. He got bullied and he wanted to be hard. But the only thing I will say is that I hate the fact that he took my favorite number, 69. I gotta say it. I gotta keep it real. Even though it comes off funny, but it's my favorite number, and not for the reasons that most people think. But overall, I just believe that this is what happens when you play the part of a gangster and a thug. The dude is not really hard, but he wanted to play that role, and he got his wish, and now look at him. He can't even get bail. You can't even get house arrest. And from what I've read, you're in a Brooklyn federal prison that is amongst the population. They didn't even give you the respect of giving you privacy. So anybody could get you now. But this is a lesson for all these young kids that want to be hard. These are the consequences. And with that being said, this is your girl, Miss Analytical, signing off. And I just want to say one more thing. When you make it in the world of fame, you're supposed to put all this BS behind you. But like I said, when you're a knucklehead like Daniel Hernandez, aka Tekashi69, this is the repercussions. Okay? So I'm going to sign off. This is your girl, Miss Analytical. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. Make sure you follow me on Spreaker.com. Also, hit that like button, hit that notification bell, comment, and I'll talk to you soon. Later.